Hey, so I'm going to do a tutorial for the song Hasn't Hit Me Yet by Rodeo. Um, Basically, when I looked this song up online, trying to learn it myself, I found that a lot of the lessons um, sounded okay, but it didn't sound exactly right. So what I did was just watched a live version, tried to pick up the chords that are actually being used when the band plays. Um, so the video I watched, actually, in case you want to go look it up, is just them playing live for the Conan O'Brien show. So it gives you a really good idea of what chords they're playing. And I did, I think, exactly the same way as them, except that I don't use a capo on the second fret just for a preference reason, and also because I don't feel like going to get one right now. So you can use a capo if you want, or you don't have to. It really doesn't make a difference, I find. So getting right into it, the chords used for this song are D chord, a variation of E minor, C add 9, G, and A chord. So for the intro of the song, it's D chord, which is your pointer finger on the second fret on the third string from the bottom, which is a G string, your middle finger on the second fret on the last string, which is E string, and your ring finger on the third fret on the second last string, which is the B string. So this is D chord, just right here. And then you move to a variation of E minor. I know there's a technical word for this chord. I just like it doesn't come to mind right now, but it's basically E minor. The only difference is that you have your ring finger and your pinky finger on the last two strings of the third fret, and then E minor is just your pointer finger on the second string from the top, which is the E string, and the third string from the top, which is the D string on the second fret. And then you move to C add 9, which is basically just sliding your fingers over a little bit, and so now you have your pointer finger on the third string down on the second fret, and your middle finger on the second string down on the third fret. So that's the intro, and it sounds like this. A special thing about the D chord actually is when you're playing this intro, you have to remove your middle finger and add your pinky finger at times. So you can kind of tell when you watch me play it at what times I'm doing this, and it just gives it that little, the very distinct sound that you hear at the beginning of the song. So together with all these chords and that little um, technical thing there, it sounds like this. And then you go into your first verse, which starts with the G string, or the G chord, sorry. And G chord is basically like C add 9. It's just that you move your fingers up a little bit. So you move your first finger to the um, second string on the second fret, and your middle finger to the E string on the third fret. And then after G chord, you go to D chord again, and then you go back to E minor and C add 9. So, um, yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, you know most of those chords already from the intro, so it's basically the same. The only difference is that between verses, there's a little bridge using the A chord, and the A chord is just your first finger on the third string down on the second fret, so D string, and then the string after that, G string, and then B string, all on the second fret, so squished together like this. And you're kind of doing what you did with the D chord in the intro, except that you're moving your ring finger from the E string, putting it back down, sliding it to the 3rd fret, sliding it back, and then removing it again and putting it back down. So if I play the verse with the bridge, you should be able to see how that's done. So I'll do that now. So the intro ends like this, and then the verse, G chord, D chord, E minor, C add 9, and then one more time. Then A, and then you do that one more time. You do that whole sequence of chords one more time for the 2nd verse. And then after you play that little A chord thing, you move into the chorus. And the chorus is E minor, G chord, D chord, and then A chord. So after this little, I'll just do this little bridge again. And the chorus is like this. E minor, G, D, and then you move back to that little D thing. So it's basically the intro again. And then on to the next verse. So that's pretty much the whole song. I think I'm going to play it once with the music so that you can get a better feel for the timing, but I mean, you don't have to watch this if you already have it down pat. So I'll just play the song here. So G, D, E minor, C add 9, back to G, D, E minor, C add 9, G, A, E minor, G, D, A, E minor, G, D, A, E minor, G, D, A, back to D. And it all just basically repeats. So yeah, super easy song. I mean, this is the first tutorial I've done, so I might have made some mistakes, and just feel free to let me know. But anyways, hope this helps, and thanks for watching.